It's Sunday morning, March 14th. I'm going to be watching some NCAA basketball. Can't wait for the tournament. I'm sure a lot of you are looking forward to it too. So let's get some early analysis done. Let's get our week set up so that we know what to do Monday morning. First, I want to start off with some trades that we do in the last hour of trading on Friday. We call them lottery trades. They are very low risk, potentially very high reward, low probability trades. The probability part of that trade is what we have to work on this channel. You'll see countless videos doing option lottery trades. It's not a huge percentage of our activity, but it's a really fun way to end the week. And some of these gains can be astronomical. I always like to prove that what I tell you is actually happening. Let's go into the chat room. This is Friday. I did not highlight 50 option lottery trades and pick one that happened to work out. I only highlighted two, three, four of them, I think. Let's take a look. Here you can see this is 33 minutes before the close. SNAP $81 Lotto looks good. We're looking for calls. Let's take a look at what SNAP did. Actually, let me scroll down and show you. I only had a couple of others, and you can see M and JWN look good, and WBA maybe. This is 25 minutes before the close on Friday. Let's take a look at all four of those trades, see how they did. But SNAP was the one that I highlighted. And you can see here it was the $61 calls that I was highlighting. And you can see how the stock was just out of the money. Well, this is what we look for. I run option stalker searches. There are a variety of them that we can use. What clued me in was the fact that we had a nice little breakout to a new high of the day. We had very, very steady buying earlier in the day. Stock compresses, and then we get a breakout on heavy volume. Oh, yes, this is the key right here. Nice steady price action, breakout to a new high of the day, big volume. So these calls were trading from 15 cents to 20 cents in that neighborhood, and they were just out of the money. So as we continue to go forward to see how the day finished up, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, there goes Snap. You can see that that stock got up to $64 before the close. That means that those options were worth $3 at least. You buy them for 20 cents, you sell them for $3. That's a 1,500% return. Now, I don't go posting a bunch of massive returns on my website. That's not the attraction. No, I never would have held on to those for a 1,500% return. The way I like to trade these is I put an order out there to sell half of the position for a double. Once I sell half the position, I have a free trade. Makes it much easier for me to ride profits. But hey, if I'm in 3 or 400% profit, I'm going to take it. Okay, I'm not going to hold out to the very end, but very, very nice trade. It was not just me. Look, I'm going to go down and show you lots of chat room members were in Snapchat. If I continue to scroll down, you're going to see lots of people posting. There's another one. So in any event, yes, members are in these trades. They're able to get into these trades. WBA was another one that I had mentioned. Let's take a look at that one. We're right in here. It got a nice little pop. That stock went in the money on those $53 calls. It got to 53.40. If you had your target profit out there, you at very least made a 100% gain on half the position. The rest of it was free. You wouldn't have lost money if you used that tactic. JWN was another one. Look at that baby run. From here at $41, which would have been where you're getting in, you would have easily made money on that. No way you would have lost money on that because you would have taken your double on those right away. You probably bought those calls for a dime. 20 cents would have been easy. The stock went 50 cents in the money. another really nice one. And I believe letter M was the other one that I had highlighted. Same deal. There you are in here, grinds higher through the strike price. So that's how we do it. How do we find these trades? Is this some big secret? Well, there are a number of searches that we can use. Here's one of my favorite ones that I use, but I use quite a few of them. I am looking for weekly options, which I have marked at the very bottom here. So the stock has to have weekly options because these are lottery trades. These options are going to expire in a half an hour. I want option liquidity that's excellent. In this case, -1 to 15. Stock above prior day high. Yeah, that would be nice. I want to make sure that all resistance is removed, at least short-term resistance. Heavy buying on a 30-minute basis. Actually, for Snap, I had it marked on a 15-minute basis. These are your candidates. And there you can see JWN, M, SNAP, WBA is probably on some others. These are all excellent candidates. It's not just lottery trades that we find using the custom search engine. Whatever your time frame is, we can find the trades. If you're a longer term swing trader, you focus on the daily patterns and variables. If you're a overnight swing trader, you're probably going to be focusing on M30 and in searches. If you're a day trader, then you're looking for your M5 variables to line up. So let's go in. Let's take a look at what the market's doing. Let's get our bearings, figure out how the week is going to set up. We have an FOMC meeting this week. We'll see what the Fed has to say. They've been steadfast in saying that they are not going to raise rates. They want to see employment recover before they even consider it. But the bond market is looking at this differently. It sees that there's going to be a big economic recovery, and that is why bonds have been selling off and interest rates have been moving higher. Those higher interest rates are putting downward pressure on QQQ. And you can see that was the low that we made 2 weeks ago on TLT, and it looked like we might have a capitulation low with that volume and that type of price action. No, sir. Now we are actually below that support. There's going to be a pretty stiff headwind with the market trying to fight higher interest rates. I think that the S&P is starting to get used to it a little bit. We saw that sell off Friday in bonds, but the market was actually able to hold up pretty well. QQQ was a little soft, but it also finished a little bit higher than the open. Not too bad. Let's put up the major moving averages. You can see the 100-day here. What I'm looking for in QQQ, I want to see it find support before it tests that 100-day moving average. So even with interest rates moving higher, I'd like to see it come down and have a bullish hammer. That would tell me that there's big support on tech at this 100-day moving average and that we might be ready to grind higher. S&P 500, really not a lot to speak of. You can see it's trying to make a new high. It's through this downward sloping trend line. It's above the 50-day moving average, above the 100-day moving average, excellent volume. I suspect that we are going to grind higher, but we are not off to the races. I think that this higher interest rate environment is keeping buyers at bay right now. If the market gets ahead of itself, you're going to see a pullback, and that's what leads to these trading channels where you're up and then you pull back, you're up, you pull back. Just a very stair-step process. Profits need time to grow into where stocks are currently valued. And that's going to take maybe a quarter, maybe 2 quarters. It's really going to depend on how quickly the economy recovers. So I see the market as having an upward bias to it. I see that the bid to the market is still fairly strong. I want to see what happens now that the stimulus bill has been passed. Let's see what happens for the next 2, 3, 4 days. That catalyst is done, and it's kept the bid very strong to the market. Think of it, if you are a short seller, are you going to short ahead of the stimulus bill? Probably not. But if the market loses its momentum and it just starts moving sideways, would you be more tempted to sell? Yes, you probably would. So let's see what happens. I think that there's a neutral to slightly bullish bias to the market in here. I want to see what happens over the course of the next few days. If we're able to hold this breakout here to a new high for a few days, after the air has been let out of the balloon, I will start getting increasingly more bullish. So let's take a look and see if we can find some stocks that might set up well. And I'm going to go through my heavy buying list. BA, super strong, big breakout. You'll have to excuse the double bar on the end here that happens when we're updating our data on the weekend. So that's the true bar right there on the chart. Caterpillar, very strong. Nice breakout to a new high. I like that. You can go down the list here. These are all very strong stocks. That one is a powerhouse. VIAC. I don't know that I would chase it here. Car manufacturers doing well. GM with a nice breakout to a new high. EBON, bullish flag, rising, big volume, stock closing near its high, above that 100-day moving average when it bounces. EBON is probably one that you want to watch for next week. MVIS, downward sloping trend line, stock closing near its high of the day. This one I highlighted in my video last week, selling the $12 puts naked for 25 cents. March 19th expiration next Friday. I like that one. That one makes you 10% in a week. Not a bad return and very high probability because we're selling that put below major support and below the 2 standard deviations. So from a statistical standpoint, very high probability trade. Save, compressing, trying to get through the high, big volume. I like it. Do you see how easy this is? Look, one search, heavy buying search. That's it. Just going through, nice breakout there. Letter M, closing at a new relative high, good volume. WBA, like it, downward sloping trend line. Long green candles closing on their high, big volume. WBA is going to go. I like it. DBX, SKLZ. This is nice. It's got a downward sloping trend line, trying to break it to the upside. We had a bounce off of a support level earnings after the close there. Really decent earnings reaction on this one. So I think this one moves higher. I like that one. GoPro, you can see long green candles closing on their high. Big volume in here. I think GoPro's one to watch Monday morning. It's a very easy search to run. And then finally, letter F, we already saw GM moving higher. Bull Run is a great search. This is one that you can use on Fridays for those lottery trades that I showed you. Pop Bull, my favorite swing trading search. You can see AAL in here. That's an airline. American Airlines. You see Love in there. Southwest. You could see United Airlines in there. All the airlines are nice. They're going to get some stimulus money. There's your WBA right there. That looks good. Make your wish list. Get it ready for Monday morning. These are the stocks that you want to keep an eye on. All of them actually look pretty good. Instead of going out and buying calls on these stocks, not knowing if this market is going to break out or not, I still suggest selling out of the money bullish put spreads. Here's another one that I like. Airbnb earnings announcement there. You can see stocks got major support here. Downward sloping trend line. 2 long green candles closing on their high. I like this stock. And in fact, for my members, I'm going to be putting out a bullish put spread that I want to do on this one. I'm not going to put it in the video for Monday morning. I don't want 11,000 people competing with my paying members to try and get this bullish put spread done. Just know I'm looking to sell a bullish put spread. You know what my profile is. You know I like to sell them as short term as possible, and I like to sell them below major technical support. So that is one that I'm going to be looking at on Monday morning. And I think Snap sets up well also. When we find these stocks that are super, super strong on Fridays, these lottery trades as I call them, they usually have follow through Monday and maybe Tuesday. Oftentimes, it's a major move that's setting up. I think Snap also sets up well for a bullish put spread, so I'm going to put that one up for my members Monday morning as well. I have no clue of what the market might do overnight. For all I know, the S&P futures are going to be down 100 points or up 100 points. So keep that in mind. If you see a gigantic market decline coming Monday morning because of the overnight trading, you don't want to do these trades. Wait and see what happens. Make sure that support is tested and that it holds. Watch the QQQ. Make sure that 100-day moving average is going to hold. By the same token, if you see a gigantic spike up of 100 S&P points, 50 S&P points, do not be chasing stocks. There is no need to chase stocks now. Absolutely none. There are going to be plenty of opportunities to get long, and we'll have more information. We'll have little market pullbacks. As soon as the market gets overheated, as soon as the market gets ahead of itself, it will pull back. That pullback will be our opportunity to enter trades, and we'll have more information. That information being, hey, the market looks really good here. The bid is still super strong. We want to be long. So watch the QQQ 100-day moving average. This will be your cue to get long some tech stocks. Again, because of higher interest rates, I think selling out of the money bullish put spreads in the tech sector on your super strong stocks is the way to go. Option implied volatilities are higher now that you've had this pullback in QQQ. So you can distance yourself from the action, take advantage of that juiced implied volatility, and let accelerated time premium decay work in your favor for tech stocks that have shown nice relative strength. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow.